Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries and furs, Trashkin all. Good evening and welcome to Trash Tier Gaming. I'm your humble host, Raspa Trash Bear, and today we're getting right back into Skyrim, A Thieves' Life, my penalty run of Skyrim. We've made grand progress, Trashkin. Surely. But I did put off coming down the mountain. Hold on. Oh, right. Maybe we gotta talk to the boy. Forgot to talk to the boy. He is right there. Who suppose? Could have sworn I talked to him last time. Did I not save when I talked to him? I don't know. Well, we gotta capture us a log on. Alright, what do you think, partner?
Dremyolok. Yes. This was ages ago. I do not. The Hofkossayum has been known. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin?
Fus.
It is. Think. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you.
Oh, okay, that was just the
You will
That's
push the world harder than it pushes back.
Yep. Just gonna meander my way straight down. Oh, I hear somebody's practicing down there. Oh, the staircase was right there. We just had to head down. Whoops! Reminds me, now is probably a good time to go right ahead and favorite Dragon Rend. Gonna be a while before I 1-2 combo that. Again, it really irritates me racial abilities are tied in as shouts when clearly they should have been in separate categories. Like I get why they don't want me to mix and match racial abilities with shouts, but would have been nice. Like, okay, the Nord's ability of War Cry. Like that every Nord has that innate shout in them. That I'm cool with. That I'm fine with not being able to be layered with shouts. And shouts not being layered with each other for obvious reasons. Let you break the universe in two. But like having to give up your shout to invoke Night Eye always makes you go, and that's why no one uses Night Eye. We got another ride from High Hrothgar to Whiterun. Feels so weird being this far into the game, Trashkin. Sincerely. I couldn't finish the game on my own because there's what I like to refer to as the fade out. Sometimes you just play way too much of a game, right? Not to the point of detriment of health, but to the point where it eats most of your free time. Like, you're still really enjoying it, but maybe you hit a frustration point, or something comes up, and you need to set it aside for a time, for whatever reason. And in that time away, you completely lose track of where you were and what you were doing in that game. For me, the first time that happened, and this is no vote against Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy VI chronologically. But on the second half of that game, I was constantly losing track of what I had and had not done, and desperately trying to remember where I was. Where, like, even the guide books back in the day for that were thick as phone books, Trashkin. The good ones. I just thought about what those cost these days, and ugh, the nice ones. The nice ones. Oh, God, Trashkin. I don't want to see the price tag on the reasonably intact these days. Collectibles chiselers are coming for all our childhoods, but point being, after a while away, or like a week's break, or maybe a month or two, because you had to take a break for one reason or another, you come back, and for the life of you, you can't remember what you were doing, or what your goals were, or where you were in the story. And mind you, the quest tab isn't terribly helpful, and that was a relatively recent thing compared to, like, the Dark Ages, where you just had to remember what to do, and occasionally there'd be a critical piece of information in a speech that would occur, or text prompt that would occur once. And only once, sometimes. Or, like, you would end up hard stuck, so, like, stuff like that's why I'm such an advocate for, if you're feeling frustrated, please check the guide. For heaven's sake, there's no reason to go in blind if you don't have to. There's no reason to struggle bus. It doesn't make you less of a nerd. Hell, for some games, I just know I need to keep some form of running note about quests and goals and secrets, because I know there are just so many that if I don't keep a running tab and the game doesn't keep one, I will end up wasting time and effort backtracking. And even keeping notes for some of those, I still wind up backtracking and wasting time. There is no inherent merit to a blind playthrough other than it makes some pretty good content, if you're recording it for other people's amusement. If you're not recording it for other people's amusement and you're there for your own enjoyment, or you're willing to be honest with your audience, hey, how's it going? There is nothing wrong with checking a guide. Like, one of those other things that came up, because, you know, difficulty's been on my mind, and accessibility, which I am generally pro selectable difficulty. Like, the weird thing is, how many people... Okay, so, you know, there's nothing wrong with checking a guide, keeping notes. Oh, gob! Well, it wasn't the end of Shadowmere, but it was the end of me. Oh, that's what I get for trying to be fancy. Am I dead? Yep, I'm dead. You know, I think that is the first time in a long, long while that it wasn't a freak physics accident, and I felt that was an honest death to Skyrim's physics. But, yeah, like I was saying, I tend to advocate for accessibility options and difficulty select, not because I'm against games being hard, but because I'm for more people being able to access the game and play at the level they're at. What the what? Game. Game, why are you making obvious noises, or ominous noises in my direction, game? What are you up to, game? No, come to think of it, since I have to be in Whiterun, it's probably not a bad idea to check in with the companions again. No, I was actually doing a little reading, and as it turns out, there is, in fact, an achievement for restoring the Thieves Guild's glory, and apparently only like 4% of people make it there. A little more, a little less. And it's me going, wow, that is a tall order. I did not know how much I bit off. Oh, right. So, the hell of it is, like, where there is no authority position, there is no gatekeeper, and I keep seeing this a lot, is wherever no authority or gatekeeper position exists. One of those things I have learned is that inevitably, when there is a void for gatekeepers or high authority, someone will inevitably attempt to assume that, or install themselves as, or portray themselves as that authority figure or gatekeeper. Now here's the hell of it. If you accept and treat somebody like they are a gatekeeper or authority, they will continue to behave in that manner. Hell, sometime, like, you can't acknowledge them as a gatekeeper or an authority figure in that way, or you have just validated that position they have assumed. And I do mean assume, because nobody running around handing out authority over video games, or indie titles, or how to play the game. Like, the weird thing is, a lot of people will go, well, speedrunners know how best to play the game. And I'm like, they know how most efficiently to play the game. That's a little different. Should and efficient aren't the same thing. If you don't enjoy speedrunning, I don't recommend it. Because, like, I kind of... On the one hand, there is a mix of admiration and, terror watching speedruns. Because on the one hand, I am not above mining speed runs for techniques. On the other hand, I have no desire whatsoever to take up speedrunning, Trashkin. Like, occasionally I will find interesting differentials. Like, in the difficulty settings for a given category. Like, the difference between novice runs, any percent, her main quest line, and the top tier difficulty being a whopping half an hour. That's how much difference it makes to that category. But more than anything, like, I'm fine with it, but, like, there's this weird tendency to attach authority, how the game should be played, type arguments to challenge runners and speed runners. And, like, the entire point of challenge and speed runs is to answer the question, hey, how fast can it be played? How fast can you play it? And challenge runs for, hey, is this even possible? Hey, I feel like doing a Nuzlocke. Let's see how far I get. And to me, that is infinitely more interesting from time to time than a standard playthrough. But the word of caution I would give is, unlike some folks also attach, oh, well, if you're not playing in a way that's challenging, you're not playing the game correctly. And it's me going, ah, yes, another self-appointed member of the fun police. When the fun police show up, they should be opposed. You should engage with them as an equal, not as a subject, not as somebody beneath them, as an equal because the fun police aren't actually a thing. I only learned recently the YouTube police aren't a thing. Been expecting the YouTube game police to show up any year now. Well, there's a corpse. Fortunately, it is an animal corpse. But it's still a corpse. So I'm going to err on the side of caution. But yeah, like, there's that really weird thing where, again, where there is no appointed authority to something, for some inexplicable reason, someone will try to appoint themselves. Like, I've seen it in indie spaces, I've seen it in, you know, Let's Play, or in game communities. I've seen, and like, a lot of it ties into this elitist desire, elitism, desire for control, the ability to subjugate other people. Like, it's not good stuff. Like, I suppose where I come from is more I don't want to be in charge of anyone. I sincerely just want to amuse some folks. And there's nothing wrong with challenge runs or speed runs, just I see some really weird arguments about, well, the game should be played, or if you use, you're not playing the game correctly. Okay, let me surmise my argument. Does it exist in the game? Then it's fair game. Well, the DLC couldn't have been balanced for. Then you've just argued the game is poorly designed. What? Your beloved game is poorly designed, and you just argued that they couldn't balance for DLC, which they should be doing in the first place. You have just argued that your favorite set of devs, who you are trying to defend to the hilt as their thing being good, aren't good at their job. So, kind of logic, which I hate that kind of debate. I truly do, because it's silly as hell. And like, some debates in canon are fun to have with your friends, but if it's strangers on the internet, it loses some of the charm, you know? If I'm going to disagree with somebody, I'd rather disagree with someone I know. I don't want to have an argument with someone over the internet. I find those counterproductive. It will occasionally pop up to point out, actually, your argument's poorly constructed, but I try to keep that to myself these days. It's not bad to be able to deconstruct somebody else's argument and understand its foibles and its sticking points and its stronger points and its appeals, but it's not always useful to point that out to somebody making the argument, because sometimes the point isn't to make the argument and accept critique. The point is occasionally that you are showing off for your crowd or to feel important, and in those cases you could heave the entirety of an education in, like, debate, structuring arguments, and rhetoric in their direction and not make a dent. In other words, it's not an argument in good faith. It is an argument made to impress people. Which I'd argue, if your goal in making an argument is to impress your own side, you're wasting time. You're preaching to the choir. This is a lost effort. If you're trying to further convince and affirm people's opinion on your side, you are literally just preaching to the choir. Like, they're already on your side. What are you trying to win points for? I suppose I should write scripts when I have something this heavy. Hello. What can I do for you?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to
You
deliver.
teleported.
Your hands open. Let's see here. I have a letter here from Quintus Navali at Windhelm. He said, looks like that's it. Got to go.
Quintus Navali. Oh, okay. I don't know Quintus Navali. I suppose I got a minute to read. You know, it has been forever and a day since I've seen it. Courier. No, that's not the one. My invitation to the reception. Ah, there we are. Repairing the file. Narlene's condolences. I've been studying the legends of the file. I don't know enough enchanting to make a new one, but with the proper materials I may be able to repair the original. Please come see me as soon as you can, Quintus. Oh, Quintus! The nice alchemist. Nice alchemist apprentice. Yeah, like... I should make a trip out after this. I should do a little roundup of outstanding side quests, shouldn't I? Just, some of our unfinished business, which... Damn. Alright, cat's away. Oh, right! I actually started that, I never got around to it. I don't hate the Crimson Dirk line, just... I think it's DLC, but, like... There's some good loot, it's some okay story sprinkling, just, like... It doesn't hit the spot, you know? It's the difference between... I don't know, it's the difference between, like, a really good stew that you went out, you got your favorite cuts, you cut the vegetables just the way you like, you added your seasonings just so, you let it get to know everything all day. You know, it's set in the crock pot. You know, you even set up a lamp timer so that would pop on a couple hours before you get home on low, so it'd be nice and toasty by the time you got home. Like you already got the nice chunks of some crusty bread set aside, you know, sliced and ready to be toasted. The butter, you know, maybe a sandwich to go with it in the ice box, ready to go. Or a little bit of cheese for the top. Just a little. Compared to the stuff you get out of can, which is really good, and really good if you have some bread and butter in a sandwich too. Those go really well, but, like, it's not the same thing. I was hoping for a little more. Maybe I'm asking a little too much of the modders. Like, it's nice to sink my teeth into, but it doesn't compel me, I suppose, is what I'm saying. It's still a meal. It's just not the meal I'd make for myself. Ooh. Boy, I feel babbly today. Maybe it's that near the end of the game giddiness.
Stay. Don't suppose you can enchant my sword.
Yeah, I could. Not going to, because that shit costs souls. I never got around to enchanting. Like, I'm 50% or 50 enchanting. Oh. I'm not going to ask how Dark Ops becomes House Carl. I know exactly how. By being incredibly efficient and loyal. The first time because they gave me the opportunity to ask, and I was naturally curious.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Thank you. I need to trap a dragon.
I must have misheard you.
Oh
I
no,
thought
you heard
asked
me.
me to help you trap a dragon in my palace.
I did.
Of course.
I wouldn't ask if it
You
was
already
important.
saved Whiterun from that dragon. I owe you a great deal. But I don't understand. Why let a dragon into the heart of my city when we've been working so hard to keep them out?
Hold on, let me follow with it. There's a greater threat at play. Alduin has returned.
Alduin, the World Eater himself. But how can we fight him? Doesn't his return mean it's the end times?
Not necessarily. I'm Dragonborn. I'm gonna stop them. It's only hopeless if we give up.
I didn't say anything about giving up. Now what's this nonsense about trapping a dragon in my
It's
palace?
not nonsense. It's what your palace was built to do.
Then, Whiterun will stand with you, Dragonborn. We will take the risk and gain the glory, whether it be in victory or defeat. So what's the plan then? How do you intend to lure a dragon into the trap?
I don't know yet, but I know
Oh.
some people that can help.
Well, I'll leave that to you. I trust you know your business. Probably for the best.
Actually, I've
It
been
will
making
give
up
me
as I
time
go
to see
along,
if that old
Charles.
trap
Thanks
still
for the
works.
credit.
And break the news to the men.
I am not jealous of you. All right.
Now, if
I'll-
you
I'll
don't
leave
mind,
you to it.
I've got a city to keep.
Yeah, and a guard to organize. By the way, you might want to re-equip them with bows for an arrows for no apparent reason. I definitely haven't been pilfering arrows from your men, but yeah, you might want to do that. Oh, right, I have those. Alright. Well, since I'm here, let's see what the companions have cooking.
We may
We
guard
fulfilled a
Whiterun,
request
but
for
the Thieves Guild guards
Farkas.
us, if you know what that means.
We left him to examine a dragon's bones very thoroughly so he can explain to Vilkas in painful detail how the entire thing works. He's doing a science. Which ways to go, you can have the bones. You can take them with you. Alright, well, let's see what we got going on down there. Alright, so we got a few. Nice to have quest indicators.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
You're out of jobs?
Vilkas said you're the new Kodlak. I don't know what that means, but you seem honorable, so that's good.
I wouldn't have expected someone like you to be the harp. It sounds like Eastmarch is too busy with their war to keep their own prisoners in line.
Okay.
One of them's escaped. At this point, they don't care what happens to her, and neither do I. Best to just kill her and be done with it.
I'll take
Be
care of it.
careful. This woman is known to be dangerous.
Well, they say, but... Well, there we go. We took an additional job. I assume I just complete jobs until something changes. Or they just have infinite radiant quests for me. But I heard there's circumstances in which you can assist Vilkas and Farkas with removing their wolves, so they may be in good stead to head home to Sovengarde when called. Need not risk the hunting
Heard
grounds.
about you and your hunting words.
And I know it's not critical to the story, but damned if I don't want to help the brothers out. See if I can't convince Ayla. Don't think I'll convince Ayla. Ayla will happily go to the hunting grounds, I dare say.
Nope. Sorry. Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. It's like, for once I will jump scare the courier. All the way back to Skyhaven. Okay. Well, we know it's not too rough a ride. Oy, there's going to be a lot of travel these episodes, Trashkin. I'm sorry. I don't think Skyhaven's a stop on one of my carriages for obvious reasons. What good is your secret organization if every carriage driver in Skyrim knows about it? I want to make sure I keep some of that sprint juice in case things get weird. But yeah, like, one of those things that has always weirded me out is the idea is there's a right way and a wrong way to play a game, which makes me go, okay, let me sum up the right and wrong way to play a game to me. Are you enjoying yourself? Then why do you care about the opinion of somebody random on the internet? There is no right way to play a game. There is no wrong way to play a game. There is just different ways of playing the game. And if somebody else's enjoyment of a game is dependent on how other people play it, I'd argue you're missing the forest for the trees there. Like, it's meant to be a personal experience. That can look like a whole lot of different things. Wait. It's not telling me stuff. Oh man, talk to incoming. Hold on. I'm getting two different markers. I'm gonna need some information. We cool? We cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some research. Uno momento. Pete's sake. How dare you, sir? Oh, you better fly. Gonna be a lot of swapping for me. You can keep your bones. Alright, research time. Uno momento. Well, after a quick consult, Trashkin, I'm gonna err on the side of caution and make back for High Hrothgar. Apparently, if I ask Esbern to teach me how to call it, he'll also insist that I shouldn't work Parthenax, which Parthenax ain't bothering nobody on top of High Hrothgar. Like, he just up there chilling. I have no desire whatsoever to murk Parthenax. Parthenax has been minding his own for so long, it's a non-issue. Yeah, he committed crimes against humanity. I'd argue he's done his penance. Like, he's done more good than ill at this point, is my argument. It's not a particularly strong argument, I'll grant you. You know what? I'll just, make for my own home, hop a wagon, and, zip myself on out. So, how ironic I would realize there was a choice midway between the two, huh? Well, it's a good opportunity to see if I can take my own personal carriage out to the Sky Temple. At least, I assume that I can just ask Parsonax. Did you just give up? Was the Serpentine too much for you, friend? Alright. What the Sam Hill is that? Oh. None of my business is what that is. Didn't know trolls got into it with Spriggans. That's a first for me. No, the main advantage of having free homes is you're bound to be close to one of them. Which, I mean, the existence of homesteads really brings into sharp relief the disadvantages of city living. Namely, a lack of a carriage that'll take you where you tell it to go. That's the key disadvantage to me. And to a lesser degree, or greater degree, depending on how much you care about storage space. And the ability to create your own space.
Where do you want to go?
Yep. Can't go with it. Iverstead, my good
Climb and
man.
back, and we'll be off.
Thank you.
Nice weather for a ride. Hope it lasts.
Me too. Yeah, like, arguments from assumed authority really weird me the heck out, Trashkin. Like, again, the only incorrect way to play a game is a way in which you do not enjoy yourself. Like, and sometimes a game's just not your thing, and that's fine too. It's important to remember that for certain folks, playing games is a job. And even something as awesome as playing video games for a living and giving an opinion on them is still a job and still has requirements of you that are unpleasant. And that may very well affect their opinions too. As I like to put it, imagine getting access to this thing you would otherwise love, but in its earliest state, it's rough, it's pretty far from where it needs to be, and because you spend so much time doing this for a living, all of those imperfections stand out sharp relief. It's the difference between someone who enjoys bespoke knives and someone who has to review bespoke knives for a living and has extreme knowledge of them. Although I suppose that extreme knowledge thing does vary pretty wildly, because we got all kinds of different tiers of knowledge and levels in video games, and not necessarily a lot of... You don't need to understand how it went together to appreciate the thing, but it doesn't hurt. You don't have to be a cheesemaker to appreciate a good block of aged cheddar, you know? though, I can already hear some folks, knowing I'm from the land of snow, tuning up the band to make some jokes about our orange cheddar up here, which... What do you mean that's not how cheddar turns out most of the time? I could really go for some chili. The only part is I just had some beef jerky pizza. No. Like, beef jerky on pizza is fantastic. Like, it rehydrates, you get a little bit of that beef thing going on. Just go easy. Like medium coarse chop. Be careful with the knife. That stuff's denser than you think. Like, take your time. You're gonna want to dice it a little, and then sprinkle it over the top. More than you think, less than you want. But yeah, like, you get this wonderful rehydration going on with the jerky. Like, you can do that with ramen, too, and soup. Needs a little help. And I don't recommend the pre-canned stuff. If you're making your own, you just ease off your salt a little, taste as you go. But yeah, it turned out real good. I threw it over your standard Supreme, and like, it was pleasant. The problem is, I just inhaled one, and like, now I'm saying like chili. Which, you know, while I'm thinking of it, there are a lot of folks that tend to be authoritarian about chili. Which is the only wrong chili is one you don't eat. The only wrong way to chili is in a way that is deeply unappealing to everybody at dinner. It's your bill of chili. The only wrong is the way in which it is not enjoyed. I was about to say, don't tell me I have free choices now. Back up the mountain. Hi, boy. Back up the mountain we go. Rasp is only ever 24 episodes away from heading back up High Hrothgar. Alright, I'll use clear skies.
Look!
Now, apparently, it is physically impossible to make it up without clear skies, due to the sheer amount of damage you take.
Look!
I'm willing to bet you could horse around it, but hence why they don't allow horses into High Hrothgar. They know they're too powerful. The true power in Skyrim isn't dragons, it's horses.
Look!
Annoying, but I am willing to go a little out of my way to keep Parfenax alive. I don't care if the blades want Parfenax dead. I'm in charge. Tough shit.
Look!
I appreciate everything you've done for me, boys, but what good does killing Parfenax really do? It's one less dragon, but it's not like Parfenax has some secret evil plan. Like, he literally went out of his way to help us out. Like, Offenham just feels like a dick move, to be completely frank. And I'm not willing to make that dick move. Not without a clear and present danger or threat. I'm sure some folks will go, well, his dragon could turn any year now. And it's me going, yeah, but for several hundred, that's not been true. At this point, I'd argue prior good behavior. Like, he contains himself, he regulates himself, there's no need to intercede here. Why would I cause one more death to the profit of no one? When this dragon is just minding his friggin' own. It just deeply disagrees with me on a personal level. Like, it's not to say it's wrong to. It's a game. If that entertains you, I'm not going to take that away from. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking at the moment in my playthrough, you know? Hey, Parthenax. Not to be a dick, but why didn't you just tell me how to call dragons?
Dremyolok.
I need a way to lure a dragon.
Yes. I have been pondering on exactly that question. Lingra mora. I have tasted the voices of Alduin's allies on the wind. Pogan nachlas vokril vachjun.
Incidentally, you are
There
so
is
kind
one
to translate
who I
for us.
remember well. Odaving. He is the one to tell us where Alduin has gone.
Terrific. So, we know his name. How do I get him to Dragonreach?
I forget how little you know of the Dove. Our names are always made up of 3 Rothmulag, words of power.
Oh, so if I know all 3...
You see, Parthurnax, a thum, a shout, yes?
Yes.
He is not compelled to come, but the Dove are prideful by nature. Few could resist such a challenge, especially from you, Dovahkiin. But Odaving, he is headstrong, bozik, rash. Even among the Dove, he was known for this.
Note
He
to
will
self.
not resist the challenge of your voice, Dovahkiin. He will come. Now, hear his name, Odaving. Taste it on the wind. Odaving. Know it in your sum. Odaving.
Oh, David! Snow. Dragon. Hunter. Dragon. Snow Hunter Ring. Thank you. Prepare a trap. So much running around, Trashkin. Well, it's a good thing I had something on my mind for this one, because we'd be staring at nothing for a while if I wasn't. What do you mean I didn't give spoiler warnings? I told you last time, Trashkin. These things are meant to be watched in a sequence for a reason. Fair. I suppose it's fair. Didn't really give anybody a heads up on this one. I assumed when you saw me head past the gate, you'd know. My bad if it spoiled anyone. I don't know who would be upset about a spoiler for a 13-year-old game, but... Must be one. Honestly, I'm just thrilled to be past the gate. Oh. Oh, okay, it worked. I'm like, oh, did I find the limit range of clear skies? More importantly, is there a shout I can scream to make it ring? I'm just saying, if I kill these guys, I can also become the Rainbreaker. Hi, howdy, this is all. There we go. Oof, the Trashkin. Oof, the. I assume they want me to carry myself on back to Whiterun again. Oh, yep. Oh yeah, we can see all the way to Bleak Fall of Sparrows. Yes, Tarbanton? Excuse me, Trashkin, I gotta tend to a floof. Okay. Tarvington is simply singing me the usual all four verses of The Dish is Empty. Somebody has been fed less than an hour ago. Someone is angling for more gravy. Well, you can scream about the gravy all you want, dear heart. You have been fed. There we go. It's a wee bit madcap, but it saves me so much time on the return. There we go. Tarbs, that's my hand. Yeah, Torbs is making the full appeal. No, things are going okay at the trash heap. The hours are reduced, which, given how much time I spend on the trash heap, is a good thing. The only downside is my hours aren't technically reduced. Let's leave it at snow brings additional challenges to the trash heap. And it's gotta be moved. Oop. Now, the downside of Torps as a Cadho is the bowl is empty scream is the same as the attention scream, is the same as the hey, I'm stuck scream. And also the same as hey, my litter box is full.
Looking for my husband, Nazim?
Nah.
Check the Jarl's backside. That's usually where he stuffs himself these days.
Yeah, Armin.
Bits and baubles for sale. There are stories about you. Dark tidings in Old Star.
Oh. I mean, one person's dark tidings, another man's profit, but...
We're ready, Dragonborn. As I promised, my men stand ready. The great chains are oiled. We wait on your word.
I'm ready.
My men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my city in your hands.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boots. Good job.
If only you knew, kid. If only you knew.
We're ready when you are. Go ahead and call this dragon of yours.
Fiend!
Make sure Dragon runs ready just in case.
Hear that?
Yes, yes, I do. Whoa! Ah, that poor bastard.
You're mine.
Steady now. Keep under cover until it's down.
Oh, right, items. It's like, what am I looking for? Oh, right, potions. Wow, nice damage. Oh, I am dull. Alright, you ready to have a civilized conversation?
Need
I think it's holding.
Havuta med Kodav, caught like a bear in a trap.
Oh, that
Zukfrini Grin Kogra Drunviki Dovakin. Ah, I forget. You do not have the Dova speech. My eagerness to meet you in battle was my undoing, Dovahkiin. I salute your, low cunning in devising such a Gramin Dol stratagem. Zuubonar,
You went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position.
Yeah, 2 trips to High Hrothgar.
In Sir Alduin, No doubt you want to know where to find Alduin.
Yes, I do. Where is he hiding?
Renikvaza, an apt phrase. Alduin Boval. One reason I came to your call was to test your Thuum for myself.
Ah.
Many of us have begun to question Alduin's lordship, whether his Thuum was truly the strongest.
Oh.
Among ourselves, of course. Muni Mae. None were yet ready to openly defy him. Once Lord Croesus, innumerable pardons, I digress. He has traveled to Sovengarde to regain his strength, devouring the Silesure, the souls of the mortal dead.
Let me get this straight. This man up there
jealously guards. His door to Sovengarde is at Skuldafn, one of his ancient fanes high in the eastern mountains.
Huh.
Mindoran pa ok midove lavarantil. I surely do not need to warn you that all his remaining strength is marshaled there.
True.
Zuulost ofan hinlan. Now that I have answered your question, you will allow me to go free?
Provided.
Serve you? No. Need id. Croesus. There is one detail about Skuldafn I neglected to mention. Only this. You have the Thuum of a Dova, but without the wings of one, you will never set foot in Skuldafn. Of course, I could fly you there, but not while imprisoned like this.
Wow. You take me to Skuldafn, you're free.
Onikan Korav Gain Mirad. It is wise to recognize when you only have one choice. And you can trust me. Zuni Tarudis. Alduin has proven himself unworthy to rule. I go my own way now. Free me, and I will carry you to Skuldafn.
I'm sure the Blades won't like this, but... Look, I'm not here to genocide dragons. I am quite literally just here to try and pursue peace.
You'll be the toast of Whiterun for this. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep.
Sir, you have no idea how long I have waited for such an opportunity. I would... A captive dragon. Just think of the possibilities.
Do
if
not
you've got
test
the aptitude,
my promise
you
to the
should join
Dovahkiin.
Mage's College in Winterhold. I assure you, you will not even notice me. Most of them are hardly painful at all to a large dragon such as yourself.
Very bad idea.
The most sensible person in the court. Release
Something
him.
to tell the... You sure about that? You want to let...
I'm sure.
Your funeral. Someone else is gonna have to help you get him back in there.
Sure, may.
Get ready to open the trap.
Going back. Fast new. Zinit. And Ruthie Astval. Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can?
I am.
Saran Uth. I await your command as promised. Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can?
I'm ready.
Zuk Brit Oth. I warn you, once you've flown the skies of Kaizal, your envy of the Dove will only increase.
I suppose.
Amativ, Mubokotin Stinsalok. This is as far as I can take you.
Appreciate it.
Akrin. I will look for your return. Or Alduins.
Oh, you don't have to worry about Alduin's return. Oh. Oh. Wrong shout. Well, the neighbors know I'm here now. Trogger? Her guards are drunk. Is that all? Or is that our buddy lending us a hand? Pusruda to you too. Oh, you are in fact a foe. Well, back to rent it is. Oh, I have 2 of them. I hate to knock over dragons, but it doesn't look like I'm getting a choice. Oh, that's soldier armor. Heavy, but quite handsome. I keep landing way away from yours truly. Can't fault the intelligence. It's probably the safest place for them. Huh. Don't mind if I do. Whoops. Alright. Another dungeon. Another day. Snake hawk. I see free. There's 4 symbols about. This is snake, hawk, snake. I see. Alright, they've got an indicator. Okay. Yes, you need to drop the shield in order to pronounce the fum correctly. That wouldn't be the first time. Are we going to have an obligatory kill section as well? Perhaps a false troll jamboree. was lucky. I almost feel like I overprepared for this. Let's knock on wood. That might just be overconfidence. Well, I suppose we started this game in ruins. Makes sense to end them there. Oh, we need a claw? Well, shit, we might be out of luck. Bingo. Alright, miss. Diamond claw. Wolf. Moth. Dragon. Hey! Got another one for the collection. Sure kids would love it. What? I know they play with the dragon claws when I'm not around. Oh, what's this thing? Hey, I can call storms? Oh, hey, we already had two. Okay. Why not? I have no interest in trinkets. We're here on business. We learned there's one step above Death Lord. Over. Yeah, I won't make it any step further, etc., etc., etc. That's no place. From my side, see the jump. Dropped you when you landed the first time. Oh, rodeo. Hey, it finally loaded correctly. I've been like 3 feet off to the side forever. shame. Had some very handsome scales. Oh, and seriously, just look at that coloration on it. Bingo. Aha! You thought I forgot, Trashkin. I remembered. I just gotta remember where to put it now. Hold on. Just like the trip into Soul Cairn. I hate it. Well, if I gotta go. Oh. World Eater's Ire. Sovengarde. Feels a little strange to be in Sovengarde before my time. What choice does one have? Oh, so this SOB has been eating the dead this entire while. Ooh.
Turn back, traveler. Terror waits within this mist. Many have braved the shadowed veil. But vain is all courage against the peril that guards the way. Near Giant's Gap, in the gloom before dawn, we marched unsuspecting into the Imperial's trap. Then we stood and fought, our shield wall defending, until by dawn's light, the Legion's ranks wavered. But I never knew if Night's End brought victory, a swift flying arrow to Sovengarde carried me.
Ah, arrow to the knee, huh? So what's the mist?
I do not know, but none have passed through. Alduin, his hunger insatiable, hunts the lost souls snared within this shadowed valley. Can you lead the way to where Shor's hall waits, beckoning us on to welcome long sought?
It's at the far end of the valley,
I saw it fair when first I trod this long sought path. The pain and fear vanished, dreamlike, and a vision beckoned. Shor's hall, shimmering across the clouded veil, but quenched was hope by the shrouding mist. My mind is darkened. I've lost the way and wander blindly. Hurry, before Alduin your life devours. Bring word to Shor's hall of our hard fate. I'll try to hold to your hopeful purpose. Quickly, before this encompassing fog once more snares me in the World Eater's net.
When I woke from cold death, my doom was lifted. There was Shor's hall, my heart's desire. But now I wander, weary and lost. Alduin hunts me, as we once hunted our prey. A bitter payment for many bloody deeds.
I really don't think you deserve to be here. You didn't die in battle. I punked you in front of Glob and everyone, but...
Skyrim was betrayed. The blood of her sons spilled in doomed struggle against fate. And so in death too late, I learned the truth. Fed by war, so waxed the power of Alduin World Eater. Wisdom now useless. By God's jest, in this grim mist, together snared. Stormcloak and Imperial, we wander hopeless, waiting for succor. Turn back before he finds you.
No way.
There is no escape. Courage is useless.
You call yourself a Nord? Good sir.
I'm weary and lost.
Turn back before he finds you.
There is no escape. Courage is useless.
So you lot keep saying. I want you to know, I've had it with a lot of you.
Do you know the way? I'm weary and lost.
Ah. That heckin' Dragon?
What brings you, Wayfarer Grim? A wander here in Sovengarde, souls and
I pursue
faithful errand. No few have chafed to face the worm, since first he set his soul snare here at Sovngarde's threshold. But Shor restrained our wrathful onslaught. Perhaps deep counseled your doom he foresaw.
Who are you?
I am soon, shield thing to Shor. The whalebone bridge he bade me guard, and winnow all those souls whose heroic end sent them here to Shor's lofty hall. Where welcome well earned awaits those I judge fit to join that fellowship of honor.
Then I seek entrance.
No shade are you, as usually here passes. But living, you dare the land of the dead. By what right do you request entry?
By right of plunder, by right of blood, by right of cleverness, by right of glory and right of birth. What others are there, I wonder? By right of glory.
I welcome the chance to challenge the blade of Ysgramor's heir, honored shield brother to godlike Whitemane, whom I've watched for in vain. Living or dead, by decree of Shor, none may pass this perilous bridge till I judge them worthy by the warrior's test.
Good enough, big man?
Well, I find you worthy. It is long since one of the living has entered here. May Shor's favor follow you, and your aid.
I thank you. can't help but wonder if the flags are perhaps a little nod to Bifrost. You know, the Rainbow Bridge. Well, let's chat up the heroes. Oh wow, there's a wide variety. Although, on
welcome, Dragonborn. Our door has stood empty since Alduin first set his soul snare here. By Shor's command, we sheathed our blades and ventured not the Vale's dark mist.
Yeah, I gotta have an argument.
We await your word to loose their fury upon the perilous foe. Gormlaith, the fearless, glad-hearted in battle. Hekon, the valiant, heavy-handed warrior. Feldir, the old, far-seeing and grim. Far you've traveled, your trials long, to taste Sovengarde's sweet delights. Their fury upon the...
At long last, Alduin's doom is now ours to seal. Just speak the word, and with high hearts, we'll hasten forth to smite the worm, wherever he lurks.
Hold, comrades. Let us counsel take before battle is blindly joined.
Fighting,
Alduin's
drinking,
list
fellowship,
is more
and
than a
boasting?
snare.
Find welcome
For 100 lifetimes,
Is
my
shield
heart has
and cloak,
burned for
but
revenge.
with 4 voices joined, our valor combined.
Oh, you were there.
And bring him to battle.
You were there.
Feldir speaks wisdom. The world by Shor's command, we curb our...
Although, my one complaint is, and this is the thing...
To battle, my friends! The field will echo with the clamor of war, our wills undaunted.
No time to enjoy Sovngarde. I was hoping for some more time. You had the opportunity to make it clear that Shor and Sovngarde care not how you are born, but how you lived. And you blew it, Bethesda.
The eyes of Shor upon you this day. Defeat Alduin, destroy the souls.
Oh, of course the Nord mage has a two-hander. Of course. What was I thinking?
We cannot fight the foe in this mist.
Clear skies! Combine our shouts!
It is so nice to be amongst other Dragonborn. Keep it going. Bound to run out of juice eventually.
Does his strength have no end? Is our struggle in vain?
No.
Stand fast! His strength is failing. Once more and his might will be broken.
Hold on. All of Sovengarde and I get 4. Or is free. Really?
Look!
The endless weight gives way.
There he is.
No escape
Whoa. Here we go. Oh. Oh. A courtesy save would have been nice game, but okay. No, I had a half second to react and I blew it. Actually, I wonder. Could I maybe flip it on its head and summon our dragon pal?
The eyes of Shor are upon you this day. Defeat Alduin.
Look!
Clear skies! Combine our shouts!
Look!
Again!
Look! Does his strength have no end? Is our struggle in vain?
Stand fast! His strength is failing. Once more and his might will be broken.
One more time, and the World Eater must face us.
Ah, I know a safe key when I hear one now.
Look!
Endless wait gives way to battle. Alduin doomed his death. Ow!
Hey, or is this fire on me? Yep. Well, that didn't really help, but it is kind of cool.
Brothers, bring him to Source Reach.
I'd love to.
Ruda!
swear my shout is not recharging.
Use Dragon Brand Brothers, bring him to sword reach.
What the heck? I'm like, I'm gonna see if I can break the game. I successfully broke the game, just not in the way I wanted to. Yeah, I seem to have accidentally screwed myself over and locked myself into the forever recharge.
Look!
Alright, come on, you bastard. Shit. Come on, you gotta come down. Yeah! Come on, come on, come on! Tough break, buddy. And I'm on fire.
This was a mighty deed.
Hold
the
that
doom
thought.
of Alduin encompassed at last, and cleansed his Sovengarde of his evil snare. This was a mighty deed. The doom of Alduin encompassed at last, and cleansed his Sovengarde of his evil snare.
Well, I hope so.
They will sing of this battle in Shor's hall forever. But your fate lies elsewhere.
Does it now?
When you have completed your count of days, I may welcome you again with glad friendship and bid you join the blessed feasting.
That's lovely.
When you are ready to rejoin the living, just bid me so, and I will send you back.
Not yet.
Our ancient debt for Alduin's reprieve is now repaid. The long night.
The first in from the mist.
All hail the Dragonborn. Praise him with all praise.
So good to see them wander in. Oh yes, I recognize one line there. I'm pretty sure this is getting copyright ID'd, but I don't care at this point.
The World Eater. The mist is gone. A glorious day. All hail the Dragonborn. Praise him with all praise.
Pretty sure I can murder him, but he'll just pop back up. It's what you call a moot point. Hello? No, that couldn't possibly be. Oh, no, it isn't. I'm like, don't tell me there's a hidden tower to power out here. Like, again, it annoys the hell out of me that canonically there aren't other races here. Like, Shor, I would argue Shor doesn't care about your birthright or your parentage. At least in my heart, that's what I believe. All you had to do was put, like, an Argonian, a drummer, you know, maybe a snow elf or two. Like, just do a scattering of the dead. They're dead. It doesn't matter how they got in. You could have made up so many cool stories that way. But no! Yeah, I'm gonna be salty about this one for a while, Trashkin. Note to self, find out if there's a better Sovngarde mod. What's here is good, but, like, it could have been so... all you had to do... Is it that hard to build NPCs? They don't need to be that important, like a couple of orcs, a few odds and ends. Like, all you had to do was do a smattering, a smorgasbord. And instead, you decided to take the least effort route. You had to do that on purpose. Hall of Valor requires a key. I am locked out of the Hall of Valor. Well, I suppose that's appropriate. Good enough for Sovengarde, not good enough for the Hall of Valor twice. That suggests the key exists. Oh my god, Trashkin, I have a plan! I'm just saying, this is perhaps the greatest feat a thief can pull. We know exactly where that key is. Ah, I can't pickpocket it. I suppose that's all that Sovengarde holds for us.
You're ready to rejoin the living. Just bid me so. Tarry not too long. The land of the dead is not meant for mortals to linger. When you're ready to rejoin the living,
all right, I'm ready to return.
Now to me, with this rich boon from Shor, my lord. A shout to bring a hero from Sovngarde in your hour of need.
Huh. Oh god, my head! So much knowledge in my head. Hello. Parfanax? Explain. Is that peace we're out? Up back in High Hrothgar is what I want to know, but maybe it's the spot close.
So it is done. Alduin Dilong, the eldest, is no more. He who came before all others and has always been.
Always was. No more. Alduin brought it on himself.
Alduin Wachlan Dani. His doom was written when he claimed for himself the lordship that properly belonged to Bormahu, our father Akatosh.
Here.
But I cannot celebrate his fall. Zutiraz Ach Ochma. He was my brother once. This world will never be the same.
I do apologize for your loss.
Indeed. You You saw more clearly than I. Certainly more clearly than Alduin. Roch funta korav. Perhaps now you have some insight into the forces that shape the Venesetid, the currents of time. Perhaps you begin to see the world as a Dova.
Mayhap.
But I forget myself. Crosis, solos midfadon. Melancholy is an easy trap for a Dova to fall into.
True.
You have won a mighty victory, Shahroch Kondrach. One that will echo through all the ages of this world for those who have eyes to see. Savor your triumph, Dovahkiin. This is not the last of what you will write upon the currents of time.
Really?
Goran, I feel younger than I have in many an age.
Hey!
Many of the Dovahkiin are now scattered across Kizan. Without Alduin's lordship, they may yet bow to the Vaxen, brightness of my Thum. But willing or no, they will hear it. Fare thee well, Dovahkiin.
Looks like they're all having a grand time. I hope they can live peaceably. All of you.
As for myself, you've proven your mastery twice over. Furi Dovahkiin, I gladly acknowledge the power of your Thum. Zu Odaving, call me when you have need, and I will come if I can.
I am honored. Well, just like that, Trashkin, we're done. The main quest line is complete. Skyrim's safe from most dragons, not all. Dragons get to live on. We get to go about our business. And I have to carry myself down from High Hrothgar again. Oh, wait, that's not the call. That's the one. So, I dare say I can't top that. So I'm thinking what we do is work our way back down. And when I get there, next episode, because I can't top that. Right ahead. Clear a little bit of the backlog of quests. And see about working our way out of Solstein and dealing with this little cultist problem. Get into further hijinks and side quests there. Trashkin, it's been a strange, long process getting here. It's just taken me a little over a year to finish the main quest line, and let's be fair, was I as efficient as I could be about that? No! I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been a wonderful trip, and we've got a little more to go. I am so glad to have all of you along. And I don't say it nearly often enough, because without you, Trashkin, it would just be me babbling to myself in the dark. the glow of my LCD screen. So, if you haven't thought about it already, if you have some quests you definitely want to see me do, well, do let me know. Especially if they have anything to do with Solstein, Dragonborn. I suppose I could say about rebuilding the blades, but feels a little needless at this point, but... I think I'll just warm my bones by this fire for a minute while I do the outro. So, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I'd like to thank you all for watching. We're nearing the end, Trashkin. I have no idea how long Solstein will take me, but I know my first order of business is to secure a home base. And my second order of business is to find that damn Torch of Shadows. So, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Again, if you have any quests out in Solstein you want to see me get around to, let me know in the comments. I've been your humble host, Rasper Trashbear, and I'd like to remind you all, until next time, to count your spoons, hydrate, medicate, and take care of yourselves as best you can. Don't forget to tell the people you love you give a good damn. Make sure you keep warm out there. Go play some games. Good night, and I'll see you all in the next one.